You could hear the electricity in the air. That kind of heartbeat energy that only appears when thousands of strangers, all breathing in unison, are waiting for something unforgettable. That night in Miami, it wasn't just another show. It was a moment people had crossed states, even countries, just to witness. Some had saved for months. Some had waited years. Some were seeing their idol for the first time. And for all of them, it was supposed to be a memory they'd hold for the rest of their lives. But no one expected what was coming. Not the fans, not the crew, and not Lady Gaga herself. Because in the final minutes before she was set to take the stage, in full costume, makeup done, mic already clipped into place, the message came. Canceled the show immediately. The doors were already open. Thousands of people were already in their seats. Many more still waiting, lined up outside the arena. Doors in Florida's humid heat, drenched in glitter, boots, and hope. And behind the scenes, painful decision was unfolding, one that would change the course of that night for everyone. This is the story of a show that didn't happen. A voice silenced by something bigger than all of us and the raw humanity. Behind one of the world's biggest icons, Lady Gaga. The day started like any other high-stakes tour stop. The Chromatica Ball US leg had been setting arenas on fire. Stunning visuals, live vocals, and the kind of emotional connection only Gaga delivers. Miami was supposed to be a closing chapter, a full-circle moment at the edge of home for many fans. The city had filled with pink wigs, leather jackets, and tears just waiting to be shed under stage lights. Backstage, it was a familiar buzz. Wardrobe, zipped, sound checks, done. Dancers warming up. Gaga, as always, was in full focus. Anyone who's seen her knows she doesn't walk onto stage, she bleeds onto it. She gives everything. It's not performance. It's release, exorcism, confession. But even Gaga can't control the sky. As doors opened late that afternoon, the Florida weather turned. First subtle little gusts, drizzle, then faster, darker. A storm started building above the city, subtle at first, but then shifting into something meaner. Something dangerous, lightning. Real, serious lightning. And unlike open-air festivals or small clubs, major stadiums like Miami's Hard Rock Arena operate under strict safety guidelines. If lightning is within miles of the venue, everything stops, no exceptions. Especially in Florida, one of the lightning capitals of the world. The warning bells started going off across walkie-talkies. Suddenly, security scrambled. Crew members whispered. Venue managers flipped through emergency protocols. Still, no formal announcement. Fans kept lining up. Some wrapped in plastic. Some soaked from the humidity and downpour. But no one left. Because when you're waiting for Gaga, you wait. Inside, time was ticking. Fans had packed the venue, lights dimming slowly in that beautiful, familiar pre-show glow. People screamed with every shadow. Phones shot up in the air over and over, catching every flicker of movement. And, backstage, Gaga was ready, wearing a gorgeous, bold stage look for the final show, layered in leather, laced in metallic chromatica shades, a look fans would never get to see. She stood near the stairs that would take her into millions of hearts. Only steps away, and in that moment, the storm above lit up the sky so violently. The show had to be stopped. The arena's safety team issued a red level alert, not because of rain, not because of wind, but because lives, real lives, were at risk. Lightning had struck within dangerously close range. The very metals, wires, and rigging that give a show its magic could now become fatal weapons if touched at the wrong moment. And just like that, the unthinkable happened. Lady Gaga was told, "You cannot go on. Not tonight." Imagine standing backstage, dancers looking at you, crew looking at you, your family in the audience. The fourth wall between dream and reality, seconds from breaking and now, had to end. Her team wanted to delay. Her heart wanted to wait it out, but storms don't take requests. This wasn't just a concert anymore. This was safety. This was lives. And Gaga, never cruel, never careless, made a choice few performers ever want to face. With her costume still on, makeup probably streaked with sweat and heartbreak, Gaga walked out to a microphone offstage, facing a smaller crowd. In her team, the crew, the people that make the magic physical. And there, she cried. She apologized. She mourned the night with her fans through the only way she could. Authenticity. And then she did something no one expected. Instead of disappearing behind the curtain and vanishing into the night, Gaga grabbed her phone, sat alone, and recorded a raw, tear-stained message from a dark corner of the venue. She posted it online for the world to see. No lights, no filters, no PR strategy. Just a woman heartbroken that she couldn't give her people what she promised. In the video, her voice cracked. "I'm sorry I couldn't finish the show," she said through tears. "It was too dangerous. I love you. I really do. The lightning struck too close. We couldn't take the risk." It was immediate, viral, human, and heartbreaking. Fans who had spent hours in line, days traveling, fortune on tickets, weren't angry, they were concerned. Devastated, yes, but overwhelmingly, the community came together around her. And here's the most remarkable part. This isn't just a one-off canceled concert. This moment revealed something far more important. A celebrity using her platform to model responsibility, love, and humanity in the face of chaos. Where many might have passed blame or disappeared behind press releases, Gaga stood vulnerable. She let herself mourn publicly, and somehow it brought her fans even closer. Behind the platinum records and outrageous fashion, behind the sparkle and 100-foot LED screens, live Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta, a woman born in New York, made from heartbreak, healing, and grand dreams. And when she cried that night in Miami, it was her crying, not the icon, not the image. Just a woman who loves her fans, like family, and had to choose between magic and safety. Some fans flew home immediately. Some stayed overnight, wandering Miami in quiet grief. But many, many kept dancing. On sidewalks, in parking lots, wearing ponchos, singing her songs into the rainy air, holding on to something she always gave them, the belief that no moment is wasted if it's shared with love, and maybe. In some strange way, that night was still unforgettable. Not for the show, but for the silence, for the reminder that even legends are human, that sometimes love looks like letting go, even when every bone in your body wants to give one last note. In the days that followed, Gaga issued more heartfelt messages. There were talks of refunds, whispers of rescheduling. But most fans didn't care about the money. They cared about her. They wanted to know, was she okay? Because despite everything, Gaga has always carried pain like a torch. She's been open about fibromyalgia, PTSD, trauma, chronic illness, and the pressure that fame places on every beat of her heart. Still, she shows up again. And again? What didn't happen in Miami only reinforced how deeply she feels, how seriously she takes her role not as a performer, but a protector. Imagine knowing your presence could cost lives and choosing not to shine, so others live. That's courage. The glitter fades. The music stops, but truth stays. And maybe the truth of that night in Florida was this. Even when there's no show, Lady Gaga still performs, not through melody, but through integrity. She didn't just cancel, she connected. She carried her fans through disappointment with grace and reminded a world obsessed with image that real heartbreak is also real love, Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is say, "Not tonight." Voiceover fades down slowly over ambient piano tones. Soft shots of poncho-covered fans singing in the rain. Gaga's final tearful words echo one last time. This was the night when the Chromatica Ball went silent. But in that silence, the love only got louder. And maybe that's the show her fans will remember most of all.